Welcome back, Mr. Smith Garage. It's been a few days since I posted my last video. Workbench is messy again, which is fine. It just means that there's work getting done. Here is the VR6 head for the AXK engine on a EuroVan. Lars, my EuroVan. I've got two for sure bent valves, and then a couple of valves that I think need lapping based on the last video. The Valve Spring Compressor Tool that I got would only work on a few because it was like kind of a C-clamp type style, but I couldn't get around the middle section of this head because this head is so large. So ordered a different one, and I'm going to show you what this one looks like. I believe this will work. It's kind of this cantilever type set where you set this up across the top of the head. Just not sure. I know I can push down on the cardboard. I'm going to put some cardboard down to kind of give it a soft landing to be able to pull those out. So that's what I may be doing in this video. Buddy of mine, Jim, the Synchro Diesel Vanagon guy, is coming over to help me out. And so we'll see if we can actually get this moving. And you know, my plan would be to maybe take all the valves out, lap a few of them, but since I don't have a leak in 4 of the cylinders, I may not want to do that. I might just want to work on the 2 cylinders that I know have a small leak. So we'll do some decision making here, and be right back with you. Thanks for joining me, Mr. Smith Garage. Here we go. So it's
okay. So the valve is going down.
Yeah, which is okay. I can shove some stuff underneath it, right?
Well, what we did in the old days is we got a socket, a long socket that would fit over that. And you just tap it with a hammer. And that loosens up the keeper.
Okay.
Because right now they're in there. So have you got?
They're set.
Yeah, so they kind of like wedge in there. A long socket.
Oh, okay. Here.
Like yeah, something like that.
Oh, it's got to fit in there, huh?
Well, it's got to fit over it so it hits this part. Okay, so where's your hammer?
Hammer's down in the hammer. See
hammer here. Let's see what you got. This one looks good.
Okay.
Okay,
so we just tap it?
Yeah.
Should I stick some stuff underneath it?
Well,
so what they did when it's on the head is they either put a rope in there, or they compressed air into it. You know, like through the.
Okay, so let's put some rags underneath it so it sort of holds it up a little bit.
And see if that.
Now is that hitting the valve?
Well, it should be.
Okay.
Yeah, because the valves are.
Okay. Now try it again.
Okay. Where did my little thing go? There it is. And I think we were on that one. That one. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Boy, this is.
I know it's a huge magnet, but
push it down more.
I guess I could probably get a instead of this, just get a screwdriver.
Yeah, or
just
scratch all.
I think is this one magnetic? Oh, okay.
Okay, let's see what we can do here. Yeah.
There you go.
Boy, they sure did.
Oh, look at that. That's magnetic.
Oh, nice. Okay. Hang on.
Okay.
Where'd it go?
It's on the bottom. It's hanging on the bottom, so.
It's here?
Yeah. It's
I don't see it.
Here, let's see. Yeah, they're jammed in there, though, that's for sure, huh?
Well, it should have freed it up.
Oh, that's right. Just not pushing down hard enough. It did free it at one point. There it is. There it is.
Okay.
Okay, so that's...
Do you have any little cups you put these things in?
Well, yes. I need to put them in. Let's put them in this magnetic thing here.
Okay.
Yeah. Just so they don't get lost.
Okay.
Okay, so there's one.
So let's pull that guy out.
And then make sure we set it. Is it different each way? Yeah, it is. Yeah, so it's bigger on the bottom.
So we still have the little thing on top here. Okay.
All right.
And now
should I be able to just turn this over and pull it out? You think?
Yeah. Have you got a piece of wood that you can tap?
Oh, tap it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do I have
dowel
wood?
Or something?
I have that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, try it.
Yeah, that's coming out. Okay, so this one's bent. For sure.
Oh, yeah.
And then I have the new seals for it, too. So these seals that are in there, I have those in one of my kits. Okay. Well, that wasn't too hard.
Well, let me examine it.
Okay.
Examine it here. Okay. So do you know if it has a bushing underneath it? I guess I should flip it over.
It just has a seal. You mean on the other side?
Yeah, let's flip it over.
Okay, let's pull this out. And then we'll just put it on its side.
You can, yeah.
The seals are just like a little rubber thing that go on the backside. That's like an oil seal.
Okay, so the seal is one part of it, but a lot of times they have a bushing.
Okay, so I know that, yeah, it has a brass.
It has a brass bushing. Okay, so where's our thing? And let's see how loose that is.
Okay. Still feel pretty good.
Well, in fact, you feel it sideways because we're gonna match it up to one on the other side that didn't hit, and see if it's about the same.
Oh, well, so the other side are going to be shorter valves, but they should be the same size. Yeah, they're
shorter.
So they're shorter, yeah, quite a bit. I think they're like 30 millimeters shorter.
Well, I don't think that's outrageous. Is there a spec on it?
I don't know. I do have a e-manual online. I can look up and see. But
it used to be with the Volkswagens, like your air-cooled.
Yeah.
You replace those.
Okay.
And there's a trick. I mean, you can replace them.
Yeah.
And there's a trick to do that.
And I could get them. Well, once again, I'm just trying to see how.
Well, we don't want to get them unless we need to get them.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking at the seat here.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna pull this up here.
It seems like it's in pretty good shape. It doesn't seem like it's burned any place.
Right. Yeah, I think the hit could have been when I was just had it out here on the street and I turned it over a couple times. And if the timing chain was off, then it would have just smacked those valves basically.
Okay, so here's the action on valves. If it looks like the valve is okay,
and it just bent, then it's
well, it has to be replaced.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's
good. Yeah, you feel that? It
I can see that it's kind of pitted.
Yeah, pitted. Okay, so what they do is if the valve is the right geometry and the seat is the right geometry, in other words, there's no pit or something like that, then you lap them in.
Yeah.
And have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you have the lapping compound, a little plunger, and you go back and forth and you move it
based on the sound and
And then when you're all done, it should have a nice
new seat, almost like cross hatching on a cylinder. It's like
it should be nice and gray all the way around.
Okay.
So of course we can't do it with that one.
No. And I could pull one of these out, but they're not leaking. So I'm like leery on let's just.
Oh, you should pull one out.
Okay.
To match it up.
Okay.
And have you got the little stick with the?
I thought I did, but I don't. I don't think I can find it.
Okay. Well, that's something that goes bad with age because it's a little rubber thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I have some compound, but it's just a little can of compound.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know about that.
Yeah. So
we should pull one of these other ones out.
Maybe one of the one next to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like there's two of them. We'll pull the furthest one away.
Okay. All right, let's see. We're going to go back this way now.
Yeah, we won't take any more of them out without setting up a numbering system. Okay.
Let's see if this
I took your...
That's right. No, it'll come out. It'll come out. Yeah.
Okay.
Whoops. So will that.
It came out.
So there's that one.
Okay.
That's really pitted too, huh? Maybe we should lap them. Maybe that's the...
Well, you definitely need to lap them.
So maybe we should pull them all out, huh?
Well, you will, but you may not want to do it all at once.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I would say that these things definitely need to be,
Just
lapped
reseated.
or...
Because it doesn't look bent like the other one, right?
Mm-hmm. No, but you see, you need to chuck this up in a lathe or something to turn it to see if it's true or not.
Okay. The other thing somebody told me to do is set it on a flat table and spin it around, and you can tell based on how it.
That's a good idea.
If it hops.
I
don't have a smooth surface.
Where's your surface plate?
The cement's probably the smoothest surface I have, and it's probably not very smooth. But
if you got a mic, I want to see what the diameter of this thing is.
Yeah, it should be 6 mil. So should we check it in the other one to see at least the...
See what the wiggle room on it is.
Oops. Let's see where... Oh, there it is. It's actually a little bit more.
A little bit more. Okay, now put it back in this one and see what the wiggle room is.
Not as much. Well, that's about the same. That's about the same.
Okay, so they're probably good.
Yeah, feel that and see what you think.
Yeah, I think that's okay. A couple of thousands. And what is this thing here?
That's just a drip of oil.
A drip. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so
that one would be good. So recommendation is probably to pull them all out.
Mm-hmm.
Get my new valves, which should come in a week or two. And then relap them, and maybe just do one set at a time for the relapping.
Well, yes, once for lapping, do them one set at a time, because
that way I don't get my springs and everything mixed up. Or
I hate to tell you this, but if it were me, I would set up a 2x4
a box or something. Yeah,
and I would set them all, so they're all like numbered.
Yeah,
and I don't know. You could drill the holes. You could put these in here so that they would be sequentially down there.
And that's probably what I've got enough cardboard. I can set it up that way. That's what I did with my roller rockers. Yeah, I set them all up.
And then these things. See, what you would ordinarily do is you would get like an arbor press that has a scale on it. And you would press these down to the same amount and see that they're all the same pressure.
Okay.
Okay, but
yeah, that's if I'm rebuilding the engine.
Okay. However, if you set all these things up on a 2x4, you can take them over to my house all at once. We'll chuck them up in the lathe, and we'll see if anything is bent, because when we chuck this up in the lathe, we'll put an indicator across the surface and see what it looks like.
Okay.
If it's going like this, well,
then you got to replace it.
That's a dead one.
Yeah.
The other thing is that we can also, look at. If we had to regrind these, we could actually face off that surface, but I don't think you'll need to do that. I think that if you just get some compound. By the way, speaking of compound, have you got that? Have you got the little?
No.
Okay.
So here's what I did: I bought a set of this to do this, and it had the lapping things in it. But I sent it back because it was a C clamp, and it didn't fit to get my valves that were further over. I was thinking about cutting it and re-welding it so that the C clamp would fit over it, but it was like,
I have one of those C clamp type things, but it doesn't look to me like it would.
Yeah, the C clamp that I had only went about 6 inches. And you just couldn't get it around. I could get all the valves on the end one done, and I could probably get these ones done, but because I could go from this side, and then the same thing on the other side, I could go in probably just one thing. So, but that at least looks pretty easy to pull them out, and all I need to do is set up an organization so that I don't lose them.
Set up an organization, because you don't want to be mixing up stuff.
Right.
And then get yourself.
Because I was even thinking about taking this down to a machine shop and having them dip it, clean it, and face it.
I don't know.
Do I need it? It looks pretty clean, right?
So. When we take this stuff over to my place, bring the head along.
Okay.
and try to clean up all the surfaces as good as you can. Now,
Yeah. Can I use something like that?
It's a plastic type thing.
Yeah. And see how, because I, like I don't want to use steel on it, but I've seen people use brass or to do that, clean all that stuff up. I was thinking the same thing. Nothing really on the other side except for where the
Cam goes.
Yeah.
Okay, well try it with that because that's not too abrasive. Just don't get aggressive with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And we'll take this over when you bring the valves over to look at them on the lathe and stuff. We'll put this. I have a surface plate.
Okay.
And we set it on the surface plate, and then you put feeler gauges under the edges here. And if there's a warp,
it'll come up.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you can fit 5 or 6 thousandths or 10
I can't
thousandths.
imagine that there would be, but unless the engine and the head warped together, right? Because the gasket looked great.
Yeah, the gasket looked good. So you probably doesn't need, but bring it over anyhow.
Okay.
Okay, so clean it up, take the valves out, and
organize them. Yeah.
Organize them. I don't know if you want to make a thing for each one of these.
Well, I could probably stick them in like this, like into the cardboard, so I keep them all together, and then just number them. And
then I don't know how you're gonna do the little keep. I'd keep it all together, but it probably doesn't need to be all together.
Yeah, even the keepers for the same valve, probably. Sure. Yeah, probably, because they're probably hammered into that. Yeah. Okay.
So.
And then what about cleaning any of this up? Should I
what wire brush it?
With just a regular wire brush? Oh, okay.
Right there. Just wire brush everything and look real nice.
Okay.
And of course, don't get aggressive with your wire brush, right?
Yeah.
Because
it doesn't need to be. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Let me see. You have.
And I've got a new one that I just haven't put on, but I could probably get one that's fine. Okay.
That one's fine.
Yeah, it just started losing some of its strands on me, so I thought, I'll get another one.
You stick them in your hand.
Yeah, they're all over me by the time I'm done doing stuff. But
I want to put a new one on there because there's no sense fighting stuff like that.
Yeah, and what's interesting about this too is if you look at like the cam lobes are all good.
Oh, good. Because that's another thing.
Yeah, or the cam bearing. Like they didn't have bearings. It's right on the cam, and all the lobes are good.
It's the lobes that
all my rockers are good. So
it's the lobes that generally erode away first.
Okay.
So
and the lobes all seemed fine. It's roller rocker, so the lobes are really well done. I mean, it's super dirty in here. Like it looks like they haven't cleaned their oil ever, like changed their oil. But that's why I thought, maybe I'll get it dipped. But I could probably, once I get all the valves out, I could probably power spray it with water, and it'd be just fine too. So,
or get super clean and spray it with super clean, let it soak, and then spray it.
And then spray it. Yeah,
that'll clean it out really good.
Yeah. Thanks, Jim. I always love when Jim comes over. He's one of my viewers, but he's also a friend of mine that's local here, and so got to use this universal Valve Spring Compressor. And it's universal because it can work on any car in the universe, probably even spaceships if they have valves and valve springs. We did definitely verify that this one is bent. I think even in the camera you can see as I spin this around, that certainly is bent for sure. Pulling out some of the other ones, I looked at cylinder 4, and this one was definitely tapped. You can see the little love tap here, but looking at it, it doesn't appear to be bent. But we are going to, before we decide whether or not to put that back in, we're certainly going to lap it, but we are going to put it on a lathe and spin it and see how it looks. So my task that Jim gave me was to pull the rest of these off and make sure that they're very well organized and don't lose anything. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm hoping it should be just as easy as what we just went through. I got to make sure to stick Oops. Stick something underneath the cylinder for the valve to catch itself. As I work this magic. This should be the other bent one. And oh yeah, that one's bent too. You can see how bent that one is. Okay, just went and got a smaller magnet from neighbor down the street. Here we go. Let's see if we can get these done in short order. So what I'm doing there is just putting some rags underneath the valve so it doesn't go down any farther than I want it to. Much stronger magnet. Okay, this one. Okay, I got one more down here. Boy, this is super easy. Universal tool. These were tapped, you can see, but I can't see a bend with my eye. Okay, there's all the lung exhaust. Okay, more. So you can see we're getting them lined up there. I know you probably can't see this very well, but basically it pushes down pretty easy, and you see it gives you access to those retainers. I would not be able to do this with one hand. I'm going to try and do these last two on that side, and then we'll move to the other side. Okay, and there are our short intakes. So I'm moving this over just one here because I think that'll give me a little bit better access to these springs. Okay. And let's see if I can get them all at the same, on the same one here. All right, let's see if that did the trick. Kind of hold that valve. Short exhaust. So there's a little bit of rust in there. So these valves were the open valves. Timing chain. Yeah, this is number 5. And those were the open valves because my number 5, is it my number 5 or number 6? Anyway, I'm not sure. We'll see. But those are the short exhaust. Yeah, hold on, not two more. One, two more, and then I'll end it. One side, I think we're going here. Let's see. Right. Two long takes. One take here. So you can see each one has a seal on it. And I've got all the seals that I need, so I can replace those. I'm going to spray some cleaner stuff on here. You can see I got chunks in some spots. It looks really clean with the light on it, but oh, look at, like that is, I don't know if you can see how, that's all really nasty down there. So then let's flip it over. Okay. So you can see the long exhaust ones, yeah, actually all the exhaust ones, they're pretty chunky, but I think we can lap those pretty well. Intakes look good. Definitely some dirt in there, which could cause some of the leakage. That one's got a lot of dirt and crud in it right there. There's some moisture in here. That's because I put some mineral oil in there to see if there was leakage, and I got leakage on that one. So intake, kind of interesting. So next steps are to organize this a little bit better. I put it on this box, but I need to have a thicker, bigger box for all these because they're gonna fall, and I got to transport them. So I'll find a harder cardboard box. We'll redo those. I like them how I've organized them, but I need to get them cleaned up. We'll spray some stuff on the head and get that ready for power spray. I think that's where we're at right now. So thanks for joining me, Mr. Smith Garage. Next video may be up at Jim's, checking how straight all these are. And I am still waiting for 2 valves to come, I think from Serbia. I think that's where they're coming from. Because people throw cars away in the United States. Like, this was a throwaway car. In foreign countries, they rebuild and rebuild and reuse and rebuild. And I think I'm pretty convinced of that. So we're going to try to clean this up a little bit and go from there. Thanks for joining me, Mr. Smith Garage. And subscribe, like, tell all your friends. And if you're working on a VR6, I don't know if there's any other videos out here like this. So thanks for joining once again.